señores, recibimos esta gran pelea estelar, damas y caballeros. Llega desde Hacienda Nueva Vida de Catepec, Estado de México, ex campeón mundial, Moisés Moy Fuentes.
Moisés Moy Fuentes coming to the ring. Has a ton of experience, 25-6-1. His last fight was 3 years ago.
Ex campeón mundial de Catepec, Estado de México, Moisés Moy Fuentes.
And he really is getting the introduction of a former world champion. That must be very appreciated by him.
Desde Querétaro, David General Cuellar.
Siempre me verán solito como ande la vida real. Que se sube a las alturas para disfrutar estar. Me gusta ver para abajo sus patas volar.
Con ustedes, el invicto queretano, David, el General Cuellar.
And there we see El General David Cuellar, young rising star, undefeated, 19-0, 12 coming by way of knockout, only 19 years old. There's a lot of hype around this kid.
Yeah, lot of hype, 19-0, and already fighting a former world champion in Moisés Fuentes. So obviously the promotion thinks a lot of him for not only to put him in the main event of a big telecast.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, bienvenidos aficionados al box a Oasis Arena en Cancún, Quintana Roo, México, por la pelea estelar de la noche en una promoción de Cancún Boxing de Pepe Gómez en asociación con Promociones del Pueblo y Boxing Time. Patrocinadores, la Asociación de Hoteles de Cancún, Puerto Morelos, Isla Mujeres y Riviera Maya. This bout is sanctioned by the WBC, the President Mauricio Suleiman, Supervisor Eliseo Gonzalez. Introducing our judges, scoring from ringside, presentando a los jueces, Eliseo Gonzalez Jr., Gamaliel Ascora y Miguel Morin. All right, fans, here we go. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the WBC Youth Silver Bantamweight Championship. Bien, amigos, 10 asaltos por el Campeonato Juvenil Plata CMB Peso Gallo. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, público presente y aficionados de todo el mundo, en vivo desde el Gran Oasis en Cancún, Quintana Roo, México, it's showtime! Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks trimmed in gold, presentando en la esquina roja, vestido calzoncillo negro con un peso de 52 kilogramos. A former two-time world champion, his record stands at 25 wins, 6 losses and 1 draw, with 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Con un récord de 25 victorias, 6 derrotas y un empate, tiene 14 ganadas por la vía del knockout. Demos la bienvenida al ex campeón mundial 2 veces de la Ciudad de México, Moisés Moy Fuentes. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks with green trim, y su rival en la esquina azul, vestido en calzoncillo blanco con franja verde, pesando 52 kilogramos. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 19 wins, no losses, 12 wins coming by way of knockout, con un récord de 19 victorias sin derrota, con 12 ganadas por la vía del knockout. De Querétaro, México, demos la bienvenida al campeón juvenil Plata CMB, el sensacional e invicto David el General Cuellar. Y aquí está el referee Florentino López.
Ya saben, hay que hacer una pelea limpia, obedecen cuando ven que de acuerdo, choquen sus guantes y sus esquinas. Suerte.
Here we go, our main event tonight. 10 rounds. David Cuellar, Moises Fuentes. Youth versus experience. Cuellar, the undefeated prospect. Fuentes, former world champion, but has not fought in 3 years. That is the concern and one of the things to watch for is how will Fuentes come out after being inactive for 3 years. His last fight was against actually Chocolatito. He has been in the ring with some amazing fighters.
Yeah, inactive, but his last 2 fights in 2018, both losses. So maybe longer than that of a layoff mentally, I believe.
We've seen an exchange already early. It was a big uppercut Cuellar was looking for. He was able to land the second.
Yeah, and that was, I was gonna say, it was a good counter uppercut by Cuellar.
Cuellar in the green and white. Fuentes in the black and gold. We see a big looping left from Cuellar.
Cuellar seems to be much sharper than Fuentes right off the bat, but we'll see if Fuentes settles in. You know, those long-time pros take a little bit to ease into the fight.
And like we said, I mean, 3 years. I mean, you got to get your timing down, have to get your cardio in order. It's hard to replicate that in the gym.
Yeah, they don't hurt as much in the gym as they do in the fight. Just letting everybody know. Just in case you didn't know.
There's a stiff jab from Cuellar. There you see again, just some short left hooks. Fuentes, and then again, that left hook is finding a home early. Fuentes tries to counter with a jab. Fuentes trying to press Cuellar against the ropes.
Those seem to be thrown from way too far for Cuellar. I mean, for Fuentes. Even that one right there.
There's another looping left from Cuellar. A beautiful uppercut and just stunned Fuentes. Another big right, and I think Fuentes is a little taken back.
Yeah, Cuellar, man, looking extremely sharp right here.
Those uppercuts are finding a home.
Yes, so young and so composed. That's saying a lot, really.
You see Gordon embodiment right upstairs. There's a beautiful right from Fuentes.
Yeah, good comeback by Fuentes. Hey, kid, I'm not done yet.
Fun first round.
Yeah.
From Cuellar and Fuentes.
Good start to the main event. Very good. Very good round. One thing that I wanted to mention about Cuellar is the fact that he's been brought up nicely. He's been matched adequately throughout his career. Each opponent increasing in difficulty, as it should be for a young fighter, right? The promotion definitely doing their job. He's coming off a very big win, coming off knocking out an undefeated fighter in Kareem Arce, 18-0, and that knockout was in the 9th round, which goes to say he holds his knockout power into the later rounds. So that's something that I'm looking forward to seeing here, if he can keep it going, because Fuentes is going to try to drag him into deep waters for sure. See if that power does hang on for Cuellar.
Round 2 here. Let's see what adjustments both fighters made after that first round. You see Fuentes really trying for an overhand right. And there's a left hook again, connected for Cuellar. There's Fuentes going to the body. Cuellar connected on the left hook and just stunned Fuentes, and then with a body shot again.
To the head and to the body.
And Cuellar is looking fantastic. Those uppercuts are really just surprising Fuentes, and there you see the uppercuts again, just moving Fuentes.
Just as I was about to say that Fuentes is kind of finding his rhythm, Cuellar goes away and takes that back from him immediately with those hard body shots.
No.
The referee broke it up as Fuentes was able to deliver a body shot, trying to back Cuellar up. We see Fuentes now trying to unload. He's trying to gather up some momentum.
I believe Fuentes hurt him to the body.
And now Cuellar, keep going. Keeps pushing Fuentes.
A lot of back and forth action in the second round.
There you see Fuentes with a beautiful jab.
He keeps jabbing to the body, does Fuentes.
And there's another body shot that just sort of worked into the midsection of Fuentes.
Good counters there.
And now Fuentes trying to answer, but Cuellar was able to counter, goes over the top.
No.
Now Fuentes sort of just leaning on Cuellar for a second. Cuellar looking very composed. There you see Fuentes, big shot, but Cuellar comes back with the jab. And there's a right cross connecting for Cuellar. As Fuentes continues to back him up. And then a body shot deflected from Cuellar.
Fuentes right there towards the end of the round doing the veteran moves and slipping the shots just by millimeters and ripping the body right there towards the end.
Yep. He may have to do that. So we take a look at some of the highlights from round 2. We see Fuentes kind of pressing Cuellar up against his corner. Really, again, trying to lean on him a bit. And there's that short left hook, followed with a jab from Cuellar. And there's that body shot that it's appeared to bother Cuellar a bit.
Yeah, Cuellar stopped throwing for maybe about 30 seconds. Whether it was the reasoning of the body shot or maybe he was just taking a little bit of time to collect himself. But I believe it was more the body shot.
And if you're Fuentes, you have to do a little bit more of what we saw towards the end of that second round, where he's leaning on him a bit, making it tough, pushing him up against the ropes, not allowing Cuellar to move, use the space, use his quickness, because he's certainly the faster fighter. when he gets his space and sort of can just pick his shots, he is going to eat Fuentes alive. As we see Fuentes getting a little bit of a health check.
Yeah, really, I'm wondering what this is about. His eyes red, but I don't think that's enough for the doctor to come in and...
Yeah, I think Fuentes is letting the doctor know he's good.
Actually, that right eye's a little wonky now that I see it.
You see Fuentes, he was ready to fight. He was like, this we're not stopping this fight. Let's see how Cuellar continues. As you see Fuentes pushing Cuellar against the corner. Now Cuellar dances out of it.
At the beginning of the fight, Cuellar was having the exact responses that you want from a sharp kid and prospect. But how long is he going to be able to keep it up if Fuentes can keep up this pressure all 10 rounds? Because it seems like he can. He's just coming. And if you're noticing the subtle movements that Fuentes is doing, he's evading the hard shots by Cuellar.
And now Fuentes is going to the body. And there you see Cuellar going back upstairs, countering with a big left hook. But I think Fuentes noticed in that second round, I need to go to the body.
Yes.
And there you see now Fuentes has Cuellar against the ropes. And Cuellar with a beautiful roll to his right. And there's a big left hook that knocks Fuentes back.
That has to be counted as a knockdown. The ropes held him up.
The ropes most certainly held Fuentes up. And there's another body shot, followed with a right hook countered from Fuentes. There's a big uppercut. And you see Cuellar trying to go downstairs. And again, Fuentes continuing to push forward. Again, both guys going to the body. It's probably been the most body work we've seen throughout the night.
Yes, I agree.
You see an uppercut from Cuellar. Counter with a right cross from Fuentes. Now Cuellar trying to be the aggressor. And there's a big body shot followed with the left hook.
Body shot by Cuellar.
Cuellar just throws some clean combinations that really land.
They're very sharp, clean. Very...
And you see Fuentes swinging for the moon right now and missed both shots. And you see another stiff jab from Cuellar.
Yeah, and Cuellar seems to be taking back control. How he started the fight, taking back control from Fuentes, because Fuentes seemed to be kind of turning the tide. Cuellar taking it back.
And there you see a big uppercut from Cuellar. Another body shot, big uppercut again from Cuellar. And there you see Cuellar going to the body.
And the right eye of Fuentes now seems to legitimately be bothering him. And we'll see how the corner is able to handle it as they apply the end swell.
You take a look, and there's a body shot that really, and then followed with the stiff jab. And that was the big right that, like you said, it would have been a knockdown if the ropes weren't there. And it should have been a knockdown, because technically if the ropes hold you up, that is, the referee has to award a knockdown. But it wasn't awarded to Cuellar. Fuentes is eating a lot of big shots. He's tough as nails and is continuing to press forward, but not sure how much more damage he can continue to take like that, because Cuellar is putting together some ruthless combinations.
That's a good way to put it. Ruthless combinations by Cuellar. The way he started is the way he continues to ride this wave by throwing those good, sharp combinations.
And right there, he started off with one right, with the right that just knocked Fuentes back. There's another uppercut. Now Fuentes lands one on the chin, but Cuellar going to the body. Right cross connected for Fuentes.
Man, this kid is strong. Right there, it showed it. You know, Fuentes landed a good shot. He smiled at him, did Cuellar, and just came back. Fuentes needs to now pull all the tricks, all the veteran tactics, and put them into effect, because he's not doing anything right now to Cuellar.
Yeah, Cuellar is taking his best shot and he's delivering it of his own, going to the body of Fuentes now. And there you see both guys just fighting in a phone booth almost. There you see a big uppercut, followed with a jab from Cuellar. And that uppercut has been probably Cuellar's best punch of the night so far.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, but Fuentes is there, man. I mean, look at the caliber of fight that he has in him. He was right there in that corner. That was some Matrix stuff, man. If you look back, he didn't get hit. To his credit, neither is Cuellar really with big shots, but I like the work of Fuentes. I like the defense of Fuentes. Maybe the work more of Cuellar, but I like the defense of Fuentes.
There's a right cross connected for Fuentes. That's a big body shot, beautifully placed.
And he went back to it 2 times in a row right after.
There's another left hook from Cuellar.
But that eye, man, look at the right eye of Fuentes. It's getting worse.
And I think Cuellar senses it.
You can't make a mistake in the professional boxing ranks. You get hit. You may be in control of a fight, but you get hit with a solid shot that's just going to mark you up. That's just a handicap being placed upon you.
There you see Fuentes starting to unload with Cuellar in the corner, but Cuellar was able to spin out of it with that left hook.
Not only did he spin out of it, he stuck his tongue out at it.
Fuentes continuing to press forward. And there you see a looping uppercut from Cuellar. And now we head into round number 5. An entertaining main event. And there you see some of the highlights. Fuentes trying to pour it on Cuellar, especially when he had him pressed against the corner. And you see Cuellar just kind of blocked a lot of those shots.
That's what I was talking about, that he made him miss a lot. We missed a little tongue sticking out part, but I think here we come.
And you see he just kind of punches flying off his shoulder, off his gloves, and really not taking much punishment, even though Fuentes is really trying to unload. And you can see, like you said, that right eye is something to keep our eye on. Alejandro Galindo in the corner, giving some instructions, trying to monitor that right eye.
Yeah, that lower part of the right eye, if it starts to swell up more, it's gonna start to bother him a little bit more, affect his sight.
Here we are in round 5. From the Grand Oasis Arena, Miguel Flores, Chris Martin. Our main event. And there's another nice left hook from Cuellar.
Ooh,
and
that was a good slip and roll by Cuellar. Slip and counter, excuse me.
There you see Moises trying to come forward, but Cuellar, again, every single time, either he deflects it, rolls out of it, taking minimum damage. You see Fuentes trying to press Cuellar against the corner.
Wow, what a good counter. Left uppercut, left hook to the body.
And if you're Fuentes, I mean, you gotta, oh, that was a big sharp right from Cuellar. If you're Fuentes, I mean, the things that have been connecting for him, and there's another uppercut from Cuellar, is every time he goes to the body, you can tell Cuellar doesn't like it. He's been connecting with a couple of flush shots, but it doesn't seem that he has been going there enough.
And mainly because of that right there, he gets countered, whether it be a right cross like it was right there, an uppercut. Look, you'll see it right here in these exchanges.
There's a beautiful right counter from Cuellar.
Cuellar responds to everything, and that's what you want, man. Like as a trainer, that's what you want. As a fighter, obviously that's what you want. He is countering and has an answer for everything that Fuentes does. Which just makes the job of Fuentes that much harder.
Cuellar just looks comfortable. He's in there with the former champ, and he is really bringing the fight to him, going to his body, connecting on some big shots.
19 years old, man. Still looks like he has a baby face.
I know a thing or two about baby faces. I still get carded. I'm 28. But as you see, Cuellar, I mean, he's in there with the former champ, and I mean, you could just sense he's mature beyond his years, with just the way he's kind of navigating this fight so far.
I'm going to make a comparison.
There's a big overhand right, followed with the left cross.
And this is reminiscent of old Canelo Alvarez. If you go back and watch the fights when he was a star on Televisa, before he was signed with Golden Boy, I want to say 2007, 2008. This is the style that he showed. Very aggressive, you know, still good movement at times. Much better head movement now as a seasoned boxer, fighter is Canelo. But Cuellar's style reminds me of 07, 08 Canelo. You know, and that's obviously a big time compliment, man. So see if he can develop that style even more.
I mean, watch how he danced out of it.
Yeah, those flips and rolls. You know, and I'm glad the truck was able to put this piece together, because look at how aggressive he is, and then we got a little spurt of defense in there as well. So very good fighter, only 19 years old. The sky's the limit for this guy.
Like you said, I mean, just it's impressive, you know, with his uppercuts and his combinations, but the times that Fuentes is trying to push him into the corner and throwing, and he's, like you said, he's just slipping and rolling off those shots and then just counters. I mean, that's textbook.
Yeah, so my prediction was the fact that if Fuentes could bring Cuellar into deep waters, it would definitely benefit him. So far, it's really not benefiting him at all. Cuellar's kind of been dominating this entire fight.
We're in round 6 now.
And Fuentes looks the worse for the wear.
There's another uppercut delivered from Cuellar, and followed with a jab. You see Cuellar trying to answer with the left hook. Fuentes keeps coming forward.
I don't think that's going to stop. Fuentes is going to keep coming, keep trying, you know, but the fact that Cuellar is able to kind of nullify everything that Fuentes is doing, that's awesome, man. 19 years old. I'm impressed by this kid.
And there was a double jab that just knocked Fuentes back. Another left hook. And that left hook starting to land more and more as this fight goes on. Another right hand. Cuellar.
Good one, too, by Fuentes.
Fuentes with the counter. I'll say Fuentes has hit Cuellar a few times flush, and Cuellar just, I mean, he's just taking him.
He's a tough kid, man. He's a tough kid, and I want to say he has alligator skin, because I do not see one mark on the face of Cuellar. I see the marks on Fuentes, none on Cuellar.
I guess having alligator skin probably would give you some help as a boxer, huh?
Definitely. I don't know how that came about, but it did.
And there you see again, Cuellar continuing to press just with the jab, sticking that jab, and then going to the body.
Look at that poise, man. He goes to the top, touches him to the head, and rips to the body. That's poise from a young fighter.
Big overhead right. What a knockout!
That is it, and that was a very shocking knockout.
David Cuellar, my goodness. Well, let's hope Fuentes
Is okay.
That was a serious, nasty knockdown.
This might be one of the worst knockouts I've ever seen. I mean, it definitely ranks up there, man. We're gonna see the replay. We hope that Fuentes is okay. We know he has a family. He seems to be coming out of it. But the way his head bounced off the canvas, man, that was.
I think that's what really
rough.
was. Yep.
That was very rough, man.
I mean, it was a great fight. Just an amazing knockout from Cuellar. And now, let's just hope. Here we take a look at the replay. There is the left hook. I think we saw kind of the tail end of that. It was a 1-2 punch combo. I believe it was a jab. There we go. We see the right hook, then left hook. And that connected flush, and it seemed like his body almost like bounced off. His whole body bounced off the mat.
He immediately disconnected him as soon as he landed that shot. And I mean, it's tough to watch, man. We're in the hurt business, man, but just hoping Fuentes is okay. Brutal shot, brutal KO by Cuellar.
I mean, if you're Cuellar, though, what a knockout against a guy like that, against Fuentes.
Former world champion, you know, just a tough dude. He was in the fight the whole time, you know. And like I said earlier, where I thought Fuentes would capitalize, Cuellar went ahead and just put a seal to what was happening throughout the night, which was Cuellar kind of just dominating from beginning to end.
Now we're still seeing Fuentes. Seems like he's moving his hands a bit. And we're trying to get him the best care he needs. That was a nasty, shocking knockdown. I mean, I've seen quite a few knockouts already this year, but that one ranks up there as one of the nastiest.
I'm gonna classify that, man, as one of the nastiest of all time, man. I mean, it ranks up there, man. Top 10, bro. That was absolutely brutal. Maybe because I'm standing right here and I felt the impact of Fuentes when he hit the canvas. I heard the shot. I saw the shot. This is just very brutal to watch, you know. And obviously we see the family members here. It's not something we want to see. Just hoping that Fuentes is okay.
Vamos a suplicar al personal que se encuentra en el pasillo donde está el boxeador. Hagan favor de saludar para poder sacar la camilla, si son tan amables. Hagan favor de saludar.
That's good to see. I mean, Cuellar is a stand-up fighter. Went over to check on Fuentes as they are taking Fuentes out.
Fuerte el aplauso a este guerrero, fuerte el aplauso, él escucha, él está escuchando, señores. Fuerte el aplauso para Moy.
And we certainly wish Fuentes a speedy recovery, hoping it's not too serious. And you can see Fuentes moving his hands.
Adelante, Junior.
So those are all positive signs.
Yeah, I'm really hoping this is just precautions. You know, the health and welfare of the fighters is is paramount. But I mean, congratulations to
Ladies
Cuellar.
and
What a shot.
gentlemen, damas y caballeros, tenemos el tiempo 2 minutos 11 segundos en round número 6. With a time of 2 minutes 11 seconds in round number 6. He is the winner by way of knockout. El ganador por knockout, el invicto, David El General Cuellar.
David Cuellar with an incredible knockout finish. I mean, this kid, that's a name to keep in mind for boxing fans watching at home. David El General Cuellar.
In the bantamweight division, so he's 19 years old. He's definitely gonna grow into that body, man. 122, 126, 130. We'll see where this kid ends up. But right here, look at this highlight of a knockout over a former world champion.
And it was just so technical, his entire performance. Watch as he slips these shots, rolling off the shoulder, rolling off the gloves, not taking any abuse. Fuentes trying to corner him. And that was a lot of the night, and then just countering with that left. Every time he spun, he was just countering. And there you see Fuentes was a game opponent, was really trying to put it on the young prospect in Cuellar. And there you see, just again, picking his shots, technical, crisp combinations, delivering with bad intentions. And Fuentes was able to land some of his own, but Cuellar was able to have that chin to withstand those shots, and here was that knockout. That right hook, left hook. Just incredible stuff from David El General Cuellar. What a performance from Cuellar. What a night here with Cancun Boxing as they are back. Just impressive stuff from David El General Cuellar. As now he improves to 20-0 with 13 knockouts. And like you said, Chris, sky is the limit for Cuellar.
Yeah, obviously after that impressive KO, man, that really had me going, you know.